The weather won't stop avid golfers, but the sun brings them out in full swing.
How'd that go?
Pretty good for January 26th.
Are you shocked at the temperature today?
Absolutely.
Jonathan Connor prefers to work on his game and his tan.
I was out here one time when it was actually snowing, and then I vowed never to do that again.
Are you cutting out of work?
No comment.
While some hit the lakeshore, there are a select few hitting the pavement and the rails.
Last time I wore a tank top, probably before winter. To be out here today and to be able to wear a tank top is like a dream come true, I feel like.
For Christopher Kramer and other skateboarders, this is more than a day of wardrobe wonderment. Chicago has seen 3 other days in January above 50 degrees, and the temperature extremes can derail anyone's memory.
It definitely feels like it's been months, for sure.
Skateboarders tell us about a week ago this place was better suited for snowboarding. Now that it's about 20 degrees above the normal high, it is packed rather than snow-packed.
No winter hat. This is my golfing hat right here.
Connor looks forward to another day of practice and higher temps to help lower his golf score. Most hitting out here know this won't last. It's only a matter of time before Mother Nature gets back on par. Jeremy Ross, CBS 2 News.
A Chicago cop charged with murdering a black teenager may ask that his trial be removed from the city. It has also been revealed that Officer Jason Van Dyke's dash cam was not working that night, and our Dean Reynolds has found that's happening a lot in Chicago.
There was something missing from these dashboard videos of fatal police shootings in Chicago. There was no sound. And though almost all Chicago squad cars have video and audio recorders in the dashboards, an analysis of police maintenance logs by the website DNA Info Chicago indicates silent tape is not unusual. The analysis, which was not disputed by police officials, found microphones stashed in glove boxes, batteries removed, and antennas damaged on purpose. John Escalante, the interim superintendent of police, says technical problems or human error can happen at any time.
But there are other times it's deliberate. People deliberately trying to circumvent the system.
In the October 2014 shooting of Laquan McDonald, none of the 5 cruisers on the scene recorded audio when Officer Jason Van Dyke shot McDonald 16 times. Escalante concedes that on any given day about 12% of the recorders need to be fixed, but intentional destruction will be met with reprimands or suspensions. Dean Angelo of the police union blames aging equipment, not the cops.
Some of those things have been in disrepair for a long time, and to now come down on the individual operators of the vehicle and say that they've done something to it, I think is a bit arbitrary.
Do the officers feel as though the public is breathing down their necks?
There is some concern that officers don't want to be the next viral video.
But their exposure is about to increase. This spring, police in several districts will be wearing new body cameras as part of a pilot program that, if successful, could spread to the whole force. Dean Reynolds, CBS News, Chicago.
Forget about spidey senses. You'll need more than superpowers to afford these comics.
Estimate on this book is $650,000.
For collectors, it doesn't get much better than 1938's Action Comics #1.
It's what they call the Holy Grail, and I mean, for a reason. It's the first appearance of Superman. It's the book that started it all.
From Charles Schultz's Peanuts panels, valued at $100,000, to original art from Deadpool's first appearance.
$50,000 is the estimate on this page.
$10 million in collectible and vintage comics are going up for auction in Chicago.
These things were disposable. They were made to be thrown away, and there was paper drives during World War II, and the comic books were the first thing to go.
Heritage Auction's Matt Griffin is serious about comics.
It is Justice League of America #1.
He helped us understand why this pristine title featuring Wonder Woman and the Flash might be worth $100,000.
It's a 9.6 on the 10-point scale, so that is a very, very high-grade book.
Then there's 1940's Whiz Comics #2.
And it's the origin and first appearance of Captain Marvel. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 6.0, so it's an above-average copy. I love Captain Marvel. I've always thought he was a fun character. But he's a lot of fun. Shazam, is what he would say to get his powers.
And Shazam! This got me thinking. I do have the power to check for some vintage comics in my basement. Tour buses already drive by the countless vibrant murals on walls and storefronts.
Mosaic tends to be a lot more expensive than working with paint.
While on foot, art lovers get an up-close look at the outdoor mosaics that accent Pilsen's Latin flavor.
We're really proud. Music, art, and culture in Pilsen is very important and makes this neighborhood pretty cool.
I am so glad that you said to come here. I've been hearing more and more about Pilsen.
Forbes magazine says Pilsen, with its mix of restaurants, Mexican street scenes, and eclectic galleries, is a nest of cutting-edge culture and art. It's named it one of the 12 coolest neighborhoods in the world, and visitors don't argue.
As I was driving by, I could barely keep my eyes on the road because I kept looking at all these things, restaurants, boutiques, and I kept saying, I have to come back here.
For 31 years, the National Museum of Mexican Art has showcased the heritage of the immigrants who in recent decades came to call the neighborhood home.
The key to Pilsen has always been the flavor of the Mexican culture.
Tourists from over 60 countries already visit each year, travelers drawn to Pilsen's earthy qualities.
I think it's the culture. There's like a neighborhood feel to it.
We're grateful, people are recognizing this neighborhood, but yes, we could have told you that